Oh, so it'll get interesting.
Yeah.
Here it gets involved. I call this meeting in order.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for a moment of silence, please, as we think of our first responders and all those who are in harm's way. Thank you very much.
Right, this meeting's being recorded. There's no chair's report. There are no other reports from WeGo, Goshen Fire, Malvern, Township. There's no public hearings. There's no crunch report. There's no treasurer, no minutes. We're going to go any public comment on the other matter before we get started. But tonight, anything that's not on the agenda. It's not okay. There's no public comment. We're going to go to the discussion of possible approval of bid applications for signs, posts, and tracks, dump truck rental.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is, sorry, just one second here. These are bids we do every year for certain rentals for the axle dump truck, and then also where we get our signs and posts from. It's fairly standard. We do it every year. Mark, I don't know if you have anything to add to this, but it's just a bid we do every year for 2026, and seeking approval tonight for the terms outlined in the agenda. And I think all the pricing is there.
Mary, get it, put that up for
Yep.
people to see.
Yep. 1 second. Sorry, people are trying to enter as I'm doing this.
You have to make a motion. Anything else to say?
Nope, you're good.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion that we approve both the signs and post bid from HA Weekend at the amount of $17,159, as well as the triaxle dump truck rental for DeStefano Landscape Services with the cost per hour of $120.
Second.
Any public comment on that? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Mark, I'm salted you today. I keep track.
So we are off to bid award recommendation for district court rooftop HVAC replacement. As some may know, we do own the district court building next door. The rooftop air conditioning units, they're old. They're 38 years old. They are very outdated. It's really difficult to get parts for. We asked Pannoni to inspect these units, and they're highly recommending that they be replaced. The prepared bids were opened on November 13th, and we did have the attached bid results. And it is an expensive item. We're going with contract be awarded to Hirschberg Mechanical in the amount of $205,900. Again, this is one of those things where it's quite an expensive item, but we're not sure how much longer the 38-year-old system is going to last. So I don't know if there's questions for Mark. Obviously, there could be finance questions for Dave as far as where the money is coming from. So I'll let the board ask those. But this is the recommendation from the bids that were again opened in November.
Dave. David,
Yes, sir.
it's in the budget.
We only had 100,000 originally in the budget for this, coming up with 100,000. We have it in the capital funds, so we can spend that money. We would just have to replace it in the coming years, with additional transfers over time. I mean, we can do it. It kind of opens up a larger question that Derek and I had talked about, which is there's a there's that building, there's the geo stuff going on here, and there's. What are we doing with that building after the county, may or may not be in there for long? It's kind of a tough question. Do we spend all that money right now? I mean, we did have to spend, we've been spending, how much did we spend to limp along? It was seven,
Almost 15,000.
almost 15, so just to limp along, because the port actually closed down temporarily multiple times this year.
What's the question with the county?
Whether or not,
How long-term they'll be in there as far as the,
Yeah,
after the lease
How
is
long
over,
is their contract?
2028.
Okay, so
it's a July. It's kind of like a mid-year.
2.5 years.
But regardless, I mean, it's an HVAC issue, no matter who's in there, as far as
Yeah.
who's utilizing the building.
I guess part of the questions would be, how does that interact? Does that interact at all with any of the other buildings that 100% standalone, right?
With the exception of the third unit, which is for the police department.
Right.
They were, if I could, when we bought that,
You got money.
Sorry.
Office
So,
thing.
so one of the units does the police,
There's a third unit that does the police.
that's in this bid.
right,
Yes,
So there's more than one unit up there,
yes.
three units.
3 units.
When we bought Genori and we fitted it out, everything was put into the capital reserve fund. Roof,
Mhm.
HVAC, some of the internal components inside the building, so, you know, we can put money away for it. And it's done, it just needs to be replaced.
To specify why it wasn't budgeted in 2025, it's not something we knew had to
Yeah, we can
go.
see this.
Yeah, it was one of those things where there's emergencies that come up, obviously.
No, even 2026, so for the capital budget 2026, which was kind of John's question going forward, we put 100,000 in, because that was the estimate we had originally from the primary estimates that we had. And then when everybody went in and Panoni did the full excavation and they came back with the actual bids, then it was double what we thought it was gonna be.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Yep.
And to be clear, this is not something where, you're gonna be able to offset this with, say, solar. Because the roof isn't stable enough for solar panels on either the Gennardi's built, the Public Works building, District Court building.
Correct.
Neither of those buildings can withstand that, and that was a Panoni study that was done about 2 years ago, right? 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
So it's not like this can be offset with solar, so I just wanted to make that clear, so that if anybody had the thought that they wanted to put solar on, that's not a feasible option. Okay, I just wanted to make.
You know, and just to be clear, so the way that we do our capital appreciation and set aside for capital projects, they used to call it depreciation. It's really a fixed asset, set aside appreciation. So we put in however much that costs when we do it and we buy something. So when they bought that building, they said, okay, this is how much we paid, here's how much we estimate it's gonna cost in the future based on inflationary cost indices. So over that time period, the estimate is gonna be a 40-year, 30-year time period. Here's how much we put aside. We put that aside plus extra years. This is more than that, but it's not something that we can't overcome pretty quickly in a year or two.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I would actually, make the recommendation that we award the contract to Hirschberg Mechanical in the amount of $205,900. And that would be for the replacement of the district court rooftop HVAC.
Second the motion.
Any public comment or questions? For anyone in the room or on
Yeah.
Zoom?
I have a question.
Question.
Who's that? Shoot.
Go ahead, David.
Would the balance be appropriately taken from the Infrastructure Sustainability Fund? That fund was created for unexpected infrastructure costs. So it seems like that could be a legitimate use of that money.
It certainly could. That's something I could definitely bring to the board in place of a transfer to capital reserve. I would agree that that's an infrastructure use. Since it wasn't, since that full amount was not in the budget, that could be brought to the board in 26 for the amount that was the transfer. That difference, I would ask for the difference to be from the infrastructure, yes.
All right, any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hey.
Back to A. Okay, discussion and possible approval of resolution 2025-11, authorizing the Westtown East Goshen Police Commission to enter into the employment agreement with the new police chief Dave Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is the result and the end of almost the end of a very long process that technically probably started in January 2025 with the departure of Chief Bernat. And we had formed a committee to kind of look at the police chief search. We hired a consultant firm to go through that process with us. We had a lot of good candidates. We vetted a lot of them. We met with, I think, at least 10 of them at the end. And I think we had final interviews with final 2. So it finally culminated last month. And the recommendation was to go with our interim chief, who was Chief David Leahy, who is here tonight. And this resolution, essentially, it's confusing for those who aren't too familiar because we have a joint police department with Westtown. So this is a resolution authorizing the police commission, who is the governing body of that police department, to go ahead and enter into a chief employment agreement with Chief David Leahy. So this will be at the police commission meeting as well on December 19th in order to finish that process up. But this resolution 2025-11 is essentially the Board of Supervisors giving the authorization to the police commission to move forward with Chief Leahy as the chief. I will say Westtown did pass this last night without issue. So our partner is already on board with that regard. So I will leave it to the board to discuss.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-11, authorizing Westtown East Goshen Police Commission to enter into an agreement for employment with the new police chief, Dave Leahy.
Second.
All right, any public comment or questions on this?
Mr. Chairman, can I just make a quick comment?
Yes.
I want to congratulate David Leahy on this. Been a fun last 11 months. He's done a great job leading our police department. We had a study that the board authorized, I believe, 2 years ago. He's already begun implementing a lot of those different recommendations, saving thousands of dollars in overtime and reshuffling our traffic safety unit to now start doing patrol. So he's saving the township a lot of money while making sure our residents are safe, and he's done a great job. Throughout this entire process, I'm going to congratulate him and thank him that he'll be our permanent police chief moving forward.
All right, we have a second, right?
Yep, we did.
Any public comment? Any other? All in favor?
Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
I wasn't planning on speaking tonight, but thank you to the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Derek. Thank you to the Police Commission. Thank you to our partners with Westtown, the Board of Supervisors there, their Township Manager, Mila. Thank you to our residents. Thank you to my officers. It's been a incredible 11 months and an honor to serve as interim chief of police. And I look forward to serving the residents of East Goshen, Westtown, all of our elected officials going forward. Again, it's a true honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Next up is discussion and possible approval of the resolution 2025-12, authorizing the Westtown East Goshen Police Commission to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with the Westtown East Goshen Police Association for a 3-year term.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the police commission was busy this year. We had a lot of things going on. We already passed the partner agreement last meeting. And obviously this is another process we've been going through all year, along with the police chief search and the partner agreement. This is the collective bargaining agreement, resolution. We had negotiation with the union for much of the fall. It was, an arduous process, but respectful process. We appreciated our officers. And after a lot of back and forth, we finally came to terms, which are attached in the resolution along with the resolution. But this is a 3-year term, and you can kind of see the 3-year term under the memorandum of understanding. And all the term are listed there as far as I think there's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have about 15 points in the memorandum of understanding. And we can discuss any of them, but I will say Westtown did also approve this last night. So our partner is on board with the approval of the CBA. The process will work the same as the police chief employment agreement. It will be approved per resolution by the board tonight, and then it will go to the police commission for final approval, as most of the things we have to do here. So this would be resolution 2025-12. Authorizing the police commission to enter into the collective bargaining agreement with Westtown East Goshen Police Association. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to offer up the motion to pass resolution 2025-12, authorizing Westtown East Goshen Police Commission to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with Westtown East Goshen Police Association for a 3-year term. Easy for me to say.
I'll second the motion.
Second. Any other public comments, questions? Anyone on Zoom or in the room?
Mr. Chairman, can I make a very quick comment on this?
Yes.
I'll be quiet.
As it work.
As it pertains to this CBA, one thing that not only did we make sure our officers got taken care of from a wage perspective, as it pertains to how it impacts the budgets to come next year, our budget for the 26 years, $50,000 than it was this year. So we're making sure our officers are taken care of while making sure our fiscal responsibility is still kept in order. So I want to thank Westtown and everyone who's involved in this as well, Derek, for getting this done.
And thank you, Cody, for all the work you guys done on that. It's a lot. I see.
I think there was a public.
And we had a question. Come up to the microphone, please. Just state your name where you live.
Greg Saylor. I just have one quick question. Is this for a particular term? And if so, how long is that?
3 years.
2 years.
So it'll be after 2028. We'll have to go back to the negotiating table.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? If not, we have a second, right?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right. Is there any issues?
No, I just one thing, I forgot to put it on the agenda tonight, so that's my fault, but on the 16th, Wiggins Tree, who's already out there, I think this is the second year in a row, they did not contact us for the usual board approval. Last year, we had to retroactively do it. And this year we'll have to do the same, so I'll have to have a stern conversation because
Brad?
he's supposed to,
Is it Brad still?
I don't know the name, I always.
I think Brad usually does the trees.
Okay.
With what they charge for trees, they.
So
There's a little bit of notice.
So they'll be fine.
Doesn't charge us anything. Well, we can discuss that. I can go over that with our director of code enforcement, but it is the second year in a row. So as much as I want to be a good neighbor, it's getting ridiculous. So
Got it.
that'll be in the 16th.
This is very for the calls. Okay, any other matter? Any liaison reports for anyone tonight? Any correspondent reports of interest? Any other public comment for anyone in the room or on Zoom tonight of any other matter?
Derek, I'll just make a comment that Higgins is actually a township supervisor in a different township, so he ought to know better.
Yeah. Good point. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if there's no other public comment, I make a motion that we adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thanks for coming up tonight. Okay.